Hi there, everyone. Very good day to you, and welcome to the fundamentals of managing your SHOPLINE website. My name is Melvin, and I'm the operations manager at SHOPLINE Malaysia. Now, this topic is going to be covering about the most fundamental things on how you can manage your SHOPLINE website on your own. And the reason why we are doing this is because we've received questions from a lot of people. They have been asking us to give you a quick overview of what I should do once I've received my SHOPLINE account and my website. So as such, that's the reason why we are conducting this short session. And it's for me to let you know how you can easily manage, use certain key features on your website and so forth. Okay, so today I will be showing you the most fundamental features that you need to know. Henceforth, the key topics that I'll be covering will include the following 7, which is the first one is how do you log into your account? Number 2 is a quick overview of your admin dashboard. Number 3 is product management. How do you add a new product onto your website? And number 4, delivery option. How do you set your delivery fees on your website so that your customers can select the option that's available and you're able to ship the product to the customers? Number 5 is payment option. So how do you set the way to collect payments from customers? Number 6, order management. So what do you do when a customer actually visits your website and actually bought something from you? So how do you manage the particular order for the customers? And number 7 is promotion and free shipping. So these are the 7 topics that I'll be covering. So now, before we officially begin, I would like to share a few reminders. The first reminder, number 1, is if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat box below here, post your questions, and we'll reply to you. Of course, number 2 is if you like to try it out on your own, like maybe because this is something like a very tutorial style of a session, right? So if you want to follow the steps on your own along the way, don't worry, because we will actually post this video on YouTube as well. So after the session, you can always feel free to revisit anytime you like. All right, so let's move on to the first topic, which is how do you log into your SHOPLINE account? We get this question pretty often, but no worries. I'm going to show you where you can actually get to that. And by this time, a point where we are doing this session, you should already have a plan with SHOPLINE, and our team will be in touch with you. So the first step is, how do you log into your account? So first is actually, I'll just show you an example. So this is actually an example that I'll be showing you. So from time to time, I'll be using screenshots. So once you have already subscribed to a plan with SHOPLINE Malaysia, you should be receiving, or you will be part of a WhatsApp group that we've created. So it will look something like this. This is an example, for example, like Amy's Brownies X SHOPLINE. So today will be the testing. So the brand that I'll be used as a demo or a test will be Amy's Brownie. So this is the message that you receive from our team and from our operations team. And once our team has actually helped you to build your first version of your website, and we will actually send you a message that looks something like this. Hello, Amy. Please take a look at your website's progress. This is your official website, which is live, and the merchant admin, which is where you need to sign into. So then we will give you also the login ID and also the password. Okay, so this is how the message that we will send to you, and you should be able to see it on your WhatsApp group. And this is how is the first step that you can actually log into your account. All right, so now all you're gonna do is actually, if you can see in this message here, there's merchant admin, https://sso, this link. So all you're gonna do is actually key this link in, copy. You can just use right click, copy. This is just an image, but once you actually on WhatsApp, you can actually right click this link, click on copy, and you can actually go into paste it inside here. So just paste it onto a Google Chrome, click enter, and you should be able to get access to your SHOPLINE admin panel page. Okay, since I'm using here a demo, but if you're using WhatsApp, you should be able to copy and paste this link onto your Google or your Explorer. Now, however, if you can't find it, all you got to do is actually just go to Google and type in SHOPLINE login. Once you're into the login, you should be able to see here, shopline.my, create a free website easily. And you should be able to see a blue button over here, which just says login. Once you click on it, it should bring you directly to the same link as well. Okay, so now that's how you log in. Okay, so since you'll be accessing your admin panel, this is the most fundamental part about your admin panel. So admin panel is where you can make all the changes, that you can make all the amendments that you want to do, and etc. So since you'll be accessing all the time, my suggestion is that you actually bookmark it. So if you're using Google Chrome, there's always a star button here, which you can click on it and you bookmark it. So every time when you need to find it again, just go to your bookmarks and you should be able to find it over here. Okay. So just always make sure you bookmark it so you can revisit all at any time. So to log in, what you're going to do is, similarly, this is the message that we send through WhatsApp. All you're going to do is we have already sent you the login ID and the password. So you just have to copy this and paste it inside. So I'm just you can right click and copy it. So testing@gmail.com, or I can type it out. For example, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once you have copied the ID and the password, just paste it here. Just click on the blue button and you should be able to log in. Okay, so as I mentioned, today I'll be using a demo, which is Amy's Brownie. So all I gotta do is I'm gonna just log in first using my own account as a demo. Okay, in a moment. All right, so that's pretty much how you can log into your admin panel. Now, remember, your admin panel is very important because it's the part where you can, make changes that you want, or the fundamental changes and so on, and the things that will actually appear on your website. So whatever you change in this admin panel is going to reflect into your actual website. Okay, so now I've successfully logged in. This is in general how your dashboard will look like. There will be several key highlights for your website. Now, these are just a quick overview, and I won't be going into details of each and every one of them. Okay, so let's focus on the most important parts for today's session. So you can see here, which is, for example, today's visit is actually the number of people visiting your website, total GMV, which is actually sales, and total orders, which is number of orders that customer orders that came in today, and registration in 30 days, which is how many people actually sign up on your website. And these are some other ones like unread messages, a message that you have not read, number of orders that hasn't been fulfilled, and so on and so forth. So as I mentioned, I won't go into details early on. So these are several things that you will pop up on your dashboard. So the moment you log in, you're able to see all this information, which is super useful for you. Okay. Now, we'll be going into details into these, as I've mentioned, to see how your website actually looks like for a customer's point of view, which is very important as well. Is all you gotta do is actually click on this button here at the top right that says View My Shop. Now, left click on it. Once you do that, this will quickly open a separate page that shows you how your current website actually looks like. Okay, and this is the official link of your website. In this example, it is this amybrownie.shopline.com, sorry. So this is the link where you can, your official URL link that you can actually right-click, copy, and if you want to share it to your friends, you can let your friends know, hey, this is my website. This is amybrownie.shopline.com is my website. Please feel free to visit it. You can share it with your friends and etc. Okay, so that's the second topic that I've given you, the quick overview of your admin dashboard. So this is how your website looks like from a customer's point of view. So whatever, like I mentioned, so whatever you change inside the admin panel, it will reflect onto the website itself. Okay, so moving on to the third topic, which is a very important topic that I'll be covering, is actually product management. How do you add a new product? Now, to give you an understanding of what we are trying to achieve here is actually to be able to put up the product so that your customers can see it and actually buy it. So for example, my brand is Amy's Brownies, and I'm selling brownies. So here are a couple of brownies that I have. For example, there's 4 examples over here: milk chocolate brownie, double chocolate brownie, and so on and so forth. So the goal here is to be able to teach you on how you can create one product, example like this milk chocolate brownie, so that your customers can actually see it as how it appears for these 4 products. Okay, so now let's just give an example. Assuming that I want to add a new product for my website. Let's say, because my main product is actually brownies and I focus on selling brownies, I have a new product which my chef has humbly made, which is called and it's super tasty. It's called coconut brownie. So let's say if I want to add a new product called coconut brownie, how can I do it, right? The question is, how can I do it? It's very easy, simple, and straightforward. So all you got to do is actually go back to your admin panel, which is this. And if you should see on the left side, there's a couple of functions over here. All you got to do is actually click on products and categories, all right, followed by clicking on products. So once you are inside here, you have clicked on it, you should be able to, it should show you the list of products that you currently have on your website, okay? And now to create, remember I'm trying to create my coconut brownie. So I don't have the coconut brownie currently on my website, but I want to create a new coconut brownie, so it will appear here as well. So all you gotta do is whenever you want to create a new product, just if you can see a blue button on the top here, just click on the button add. Okay, so once you click on the button add, you should be able to see a couple of tabs. Okay, for example, images, info, categories, and etc. I'll walk through one by one, and perhaps it would be great if you can just start off with image. So the first default tab that you will see is actually image here, which is where you are actually able to add in the main product photos over here in this space. And in SHOPLINE, we have created this function for you so that you can upload to close to about 12 photos. Okay, the preferred, as according to our instructions here, the preferred format is actually in JPG, and the recommended size is actually 750 pixels, 750 times 750 pixels. Okay, so now once you have your photos, so assuming that I'm trying to create my coconut brownie, what I'm going to do is I already have my product photos ready to be added inside. So I have a couple of pictures. So to add on a photo inside this space, what you're going to do is you need to have the photo ready on your desktop. What you can do is actually you can either drag it. So just left click on the photos and I'll drag it inside over here. Okay, so that's how I've uploaded my first photo. Now, if you find it difficult to drag and drop or you're not so familiar with it, what you're going to do is you could actually use a function over here, which is called add photo. All right, so once you click on add photo, you should be able to do the same as well. So I was trying to add my coconut. So I have here another photo that I want to add. All right, so this should give me a moment. It should pop up. All right, so that's how I've already uploaded 2 photos for my products. Okay, it's very easy, very straightforward, not so difficult. All right, moving on to the next tab, which is actually info. Now, this is very important because this is where you can actually put in the details of your products and also the name of the product. Okay, so so over here you can see is the product name. You can actually put it in 3 different languages: English, Simplified Chinese, or in Bahasa Malaysia. Now, remember I'm trying to put coconut brownie, so I'm just going to give a name to my brownie, which is coconut brownie. Okay. So I'm going to put an English name over here, coconut brownie, and this is the official name for my product. Moving on to the next section, which is actually product description. Okay, so what product description is actually you can add the information, further information about the product itself, and it's a part where customers, when you add it on inside, customers can read more information about it. So it works similar to like how if you're familiar with Microsoft Word, where you can edit the text, you can also format it as well. For example, I'm typing this is the best brownie in the whole Klang Valley in Malaysia. So similar to Microsoft Word, you can type text and so on. You can even bold the text, put in an italic, underline, change the size of the font, and also you can even justify it to the middle, and etc. Okay, so this is where customers will be able to see the further information about the product itself. All right, so just for this demo, I've created a quick sentence that I'm gonna use for this coconut brownie, and I'm just gonna copy and paste it here. Okay. This is gonna be my description for my product. This is Amy's latest creation of brownies, fresh, tasty, and the best in town. Very affordable at only 20 ringgit for medium size or 25 ringgit for large size. So you can also put in several more additional information, for example, like the price or additional whatever information that you want to show to your customers in text format. Okay. All right. So moving on to the next one, which is actually additional product photos. So remember I said back in image where you can actually only put up to 12 photos. Now, don't worry if you actually have more than that, because our function over here, additional product photos, is where you can actually upload up to maximum of 20 additional photos to complement the other 12 photos as well. So similarly, what you're going to do is you can actually drag it. Let's say I already prepared a couple of additional photos that I want to add. Yes, I have about 3 additional photos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag them inside here. Okay, drag them inside. And for the last picture, I am going to use the function of add photo, which you can also similarly do that as well. So yes, that is how pretty much you can upload additional photos. You can also rearrange them if you want. Just left click, drag them over, and rearrange the photo in the order that you like. Okay, so now that's done for information. Moving on to the next one, which is actually categories. Now, for categories, I won't explain too much here because it will take some time, and I will prefer to include this in the next session. But just to give you a quick teaser about it. So you might be asking yourself what categories is, or what categories are. So categories are basically the grouping of your products. So for example, I'm currently selling brownies, and I have a couple of variety of different brownies, right? So in this case, brownie would be my category. And the different flavors of the brownies will be the products under my brownie category. So for example, I sell Amy's brownies. I have a lot of brownies, but at times I also sell other kind of products. For example, like sweets and candies, which I have my jelly bean products. I also have cakes. I also sell different kind of cakes. Okay, blueberry cake, orange cake. So these are categories. These 3, for example, brownies, sweets and candies, cakes are considered as a category. And under the category itself, it has variety of different products. So under the category of my cake category, there is blueberry cake and orange cake. And if you can see inside my brownie category, I have a variety of different type of brownies. Okay, so this is where inside while you're adding a product, you can actually set your product. Remember, I'm trying to create my coconut brownie. So because it's a brownie, I'm going to set it under the category of the brownies. Okay, so if you are selling, for another example that I'll give you is, for example, if you are selling seafood. Okay, so seafood is a category by itself, but within seafood there is squid, there are clams, there are mussels, fishes, and etc. So there's different types of products that's under the category of seafood. So that's another example they can give you. Okay, so I want to go into details to this. Let's move on to the next section, which is actually quantity and pricing. All right, so quantity and pricing is very important because this is where you can actually choose to actually put up the price where customers are able to see the price of your products. So for example, like this double chocolate brownie, which is 15 ringgit, and you want to be able to show the customers the price of the product. Or even, for example, milk chocolate brownie, 18 ringgit. Okay, so this is one of the most important parts. The first option, if you can see, is actually to set whether you want to hide or display the price for the customers. Now, usually when you're selling a product, for example, like my brownies or consumer-related products or service, you would, of course, want your customers to see, right, how much it costs. So this is where the function comes in useful. You can actually turn it on. Turn it off. So then you will not hide the price, and your customers will be able to see the price. Now, however, there are instances where, for example, you're running a service and your price is not fixed. For example, if you're a property agent, your properties are what, 400,000 or 500,000, or is negotiable at times. So you don't want to let your customers know what is the price of the property, and you don't want them to be able to click on it and actually buy the property directly, right? So you can use this function. That's where it comes in useful. You can choose to hide the price of the product, the service of the product, and it will not appear. So this part over here, the price, it will be blank, And when customer actually click on it, it will reach to a point where it will be a message. Okay. So the next part is, so today I'm going to add my coconut brownie. It's 20 ringgit for medium size and large for 25. I'm going to set a price for it just to give you a demo. Okay, so this is the next part, which is regular price. This is where you can set the standard price that you want to charge your customers. Okay, so let's say, remember that I was setting my medium size brownie to be 20 ringgit. So this is where I'm going to type in 20 ringgit. And if you can see here as well, there is sales price. Sales price is basically, if you can look at this example over here, I have my milk chocolate brownie where it is 20 ringgit slash off and 18 ringgit. Yes, so this is the original price, which is the regular price, and the sales price, which is actually the 18 ringgit. So let's just, if I have, for example, if I'm having a July special sales, probably I can set it to 15. So it will look like 20 ringgit slash off, it becomes 15. Okay. So for this demo, I'm not going to set a sales price for my coconut brownie because I just want to let you know how fundamental it is, or in general, how you can set a standard price for your product. Now, the next one is actually member price. You can also set a member price for your customers. So customers who actually sign up on your website, they will see a different price or a special price as compared to looking at the regular price. Okay, so I'm not going to set a member price for this for today. I'm just going to leave it blank. So if you have no sale price or member price, you can just leave it blank. All right, so cost here is actually referring to customers will not be able to see this. This cost is actually it's just for you to have internal reference, like how much is the actual cost of your products. So maybe when you have your report at the end of the month, you can download it and it will show like, 20 ringgit, and maybe if your cost is 5 ringgit, and then your actual profit is actually 15 ringgit. So this is just more for internal reference. It will not show up for the customers to see over at the website. Product SKU. Now, if you see here, product SKU, it is highly advisable and important for you to set a product SKU. We would advise you to do that because it actually helps you to identify and manage products in a much easier and convenient way, especially if you have products, for example, like my brownies here, sometimes you have products with very similar names, and it can be a bit confusing at times. So having a product SKU, it can help you. It's basically like a product code. When you go out to shopping and you're buying a new smartphone, there's always a product code for the particular smartphone, right? So this is where, similarly, you can set a specific product code for your product. So remember, I'm trying to create a coconut brownie. So I'm going to set a special product code. So I'm just calling it Coco01. So when I set this, I know that when there's orders, I know that this code is only specifically for coconut brownie and not for the other brownies. It's tied to only this particular brownie. So it comes in handy for you. Okay, so that is what we suggest you to use the product SKU. Now, moving on to the next part is also here where you can actually set the quantity of your products. Basically, it refers to the number of inventory stock that you currently have in hand or in your warehouse. Now, this quantity should always reflect and tally with the actual number of inventory stock that you actually have in your warehouse or in the hand. Because whenever a customer, for example, in here, when he actually buys the product, the quantity would actually will be reduced. Okay, so let's assuming that I have 20. My chef has just made 20 brownies, so I'm just gonna put 20 brownies. Okay, so when a customer uses Shopline, your website, to buy one of the brownie, this amount 20 would actually be reduced to 19. So you must always. That's why we always make sure that your inventory stock is tally with when you're creating a product. All right. So, however, if you're confident that your product is always in stock and you always have the right amount in inventory in your warehouse, feel free to always use this function here, which is unlimited quantity. So you don't have to worry about changing the quantity that you have in hand or in your warehouse. So you can just use this function. Okay. All right. So now let's move on to a very important part as well, the next tab, which is actually variations. And this is the part where you can actually set how you can actually set a variation for your product. Now, what is a variation? A lot of people have been asking us. Variation is where the product that you're trying to add actually has a few variety of options. For example, it could be in different color, it could be different sizes, it could be in volume, it could be a different type of material, and etc. Now, just to give you the most common variation that we often see in real life, it would be something like if you are usually going to shopping and you are going to buy a T-shirt, for example, a dress. Like in this case, for example, like this is an example of a dress, and whenever you go you want to buy a dress, for example, there's always sizes, right? Small, medium, large, or extra large. So this is an example of a very common example of a variation, which is size, and the different options for the variation of size. All right, so over here is similar as well. This is where under variations you can do it. If you can set different variations for your particular product. Now, let's say I remember that I was trying to create my coconut brownies, and I have two different types. One is a medium size and one is a large size. Now, this is where I can do it. I can put in the specifications of medium and large over here. So I'm just going to select size. And under the options here, I'm just going to type in the options that I have, which is, for example, medium. And I will put in large. Okay. Now, moving on to the next bottom here, remember that my medium has a different price. It's 20 ringgit, and my large is actually 25 ringgit. So it will not be the same price because it's a different size. I can actually untick this, so I can actually set the price at the bottom to indicate that, you know, one is for medium and one is for large. And as well as for the inventory count as well, you can, if you are confident that you have enough inventory for this subset of these two different products, you can also select as unlimited quantity. But however, if you know that in your warehouse or in hand that you have the right amount of quantity that you have in hand, you can actually put in the numbers here as well. Okay. So moving on to this part, now I've already inserted my options, and you know I want to not have to have it the same price. This is where it looks the area where you can actually put in the information, the description about the products itself for this particular subset of the main product. Okay, so the first part is actually under photos. So I have one for medium, one for large. So I'm going to select the photo. Just click on it. So you can see here, you can actually select the photos that you have uploaded earlier on, the main 12 main products. So for medium, I'm going to select this picture and UV type. Okay, and for large, I'm going to select this picture. Now, if you don't have it in the main product upload, you can also always feel free to add the photo here as well, or you can drag and drop inside. Okay. Now, once you're done selecting the photo that you want, just click on the blue button, save, and you should be tied to this particular option of your variation. So for medium, remember my coconut brownie was 20 ringgit, and then I have no sales price, no member price, no cost. I can also set a specific product SKU for it, so I know that this is for medium or a product code for it. So I'm just going to put it Coco01M. So I know that Coco01M means the medium coconut brownie. Quantity, okay, so I spoke to my chef earlier on. He said he actually has 20 in the cafe. So I'm going to put 20 here. Okay. Now, the other one that is very important here is you can actually set the weight. Now, weight is very important because later on, you'll be able to see, I'll explain further on this. Let's just set it as 1 kilo for my medium brownie. Weight is where, because if you actually set the weight, so maybe your delivery option has a weight method, you know, they calculate by weight. This is where it comes in handy. But don't worry, I'll show you right after this. We'll go into more details about that later on. All right, so this is my large brownie. I'm going to set it as 25 ringgit. No sales price, no member price, no cost. I'm going to put it as Coco01L. My quantity is, I have about 30 of them in my cafe. Okay, and I'm going to set my weight to 1.5 kilos. Okay, so that's pretty much how you can set a variation for your product. All right, let's move on to the next part, which is actually add-on items. Now, I will not be explaining on add-on items because it's actually a more sophisticated feature for your products. I won't be going through this with you, but no worries. If you actually need to use this feature, you can always upgrade to our latest plan as well to use this because it's a little bit more sophisticated. and it's actually meant for upgraded plans. But just to give you a quick explanation of what add-on items are, add-on items are actually something like, when add-ons, like you buy a burger, right? You buy a burger in a fast food restaurant, and do you want to add on the French fries? So this is where the function of add-on comes in useful. Okay, so I'm going to skip this part. This is a little bit more sophisticated. All right, the next one as well, as similarly for search engine optimization. Okay, so search engine optimization is actually catered to more towards digital marketing and how you will want to, for example, adjust the title of your products to be displayed on search, for example, like Google search, the description of your product, and certain keywords that you actually use to appear when people search for your product online, okay, on the browser. So this is a totally different separate section. I will not be going through with this with you. However, if you're interested, because we do have our digital marketing team who are consultants who are able to advise you on what kind of digital marketing ads that would be suitable for your brand and your product. So if you're interested, please write in, yes, Shopline Digital Marketing Service, in the chat box below, and our team will actually get back to you, okay? So I will be going through with this review. Let's move on to the next one, which is actually settings. So under settings, you could actually see a couple of things over here. Okay, so the first one is actually pre-order product setting. So this is where you can actually, let's say if you turn it on, you can actually set a note here to let your customers know that this product is actually a pre-order product. Now, for example, like my coconut brownie is not available in the month of today. This month is July. It's not available yet, but it will be available in August. So I can let my customers know to actually set a note like pre-order now. Pre-order now. Our coconut brownie is available by 1st of August 2020. So this is when, once you type this message in, it will appear on the product itself, where there will be a message that pops up and says this following message that you have just typed. So customers know, oh, okay, I can pre-order now, and our coconut brownie is available by the 1st of August. Okay, so that's for you to actually set a message for pre-order. However, if you don't have a pre-order message, you can always just not click yes and just turn it off. So for this example, I'm not going to be using a pre-order setting. Second one is actually our stock reminder. Now, remember, this is also very important. We will highly advise our merchants to actually turn this on, because remember, we were setting the quantity over here of my product. All right, so I've given 20 and 30 of my medium and large coconut brownie. However, if let's say 20 customers, actually each of them buy one medium-sized brownie, so this quantity will actually become 0. So the moment when this becomes 0, this is where this function comes in useful, because I have turned it on. You will receive twice a day a report in your email. Our team will automatically send you an email that says, hello, for example, hey, hello, Amy Brownie, your inventory, our stock report is ready. Please click the link following below, and you'll be able to see, you can click to download it, and you'll be able to see what product they actually ran out of stock. Okay, so this is very useful. So we always suggest you to turn this on. Now, the next part is actually purchase limit. Purchase limit is more for where you can actually set the limit of the quantity that you want the customers to buy. So, for example, if you have only limited stock, let's say I have 20 medium-sized brownie, and I only want each customer to be able to buy a maximum of three of the coconut medium-sized brownie. So I'm just gonna put 3 here, so that I limit the amount that a customer can actually purchase in a single order. All right. So, however, if you don't have any concern for the number of quantity that a customer can purchase from you, you can turn it off. However, if you do, please use this function, and it will help you definitely to manage your quantity even better. Okay. So let's move on. Now, weight I have already set inside here, because I have a medium and a large, so each of them have a different weight. But if you don't have any variation, this is where you can actually put in the weight of the product itself. Okay. So this is pretty much all in the most basic setting for your product. Now quickly add your product. Once you have done all these settings, just click on this blue button here at the bottom right and left click on it. All right, so this is where it will show you a message or pop up and says your coconut brownie has been added. So yes, successfully, congratulations. We have just added a new product onto our website. So to quickly see on the admin panel, all you gotta do is go to products and categories, go to products, and there you go. Voila, my coconut brownie has already been created. Okay, now if you want to see it from on your website, all you gotta do is actually go click on View My Shop. And by default, our team would have created, would have this view, Shop All. And once you click on Shop All, you should be able to see the product. So yes, there you go. This is my coconut brownie, and we have successfully created it. And customers can actually see it now. All right, so there's the pictures, the name of the product, the price, the variation, description, and additional photos, and etc. All right, so that's how you're able to create a product using your admin panel. Now, moving on to the other topic that I want to talk about is actually delivery option. So now that you have successfully created a product, you also want to set the method on how you want to deliver or ship the products to your customers. Okay, so I'm just going to show you an example. So I'm just going to use this example over here. This is an actual website. So for example, when a customer is able to purchase a product, once they have purchased, they reach the checkout page, they want to be able to select how they want their products to be shipped, okay, from your site, from your warehouse or wherever you are, the seller's place to the customers itself. So for example, over here, they have here West Malaysia and also East Malaysia. So you want to be able to do similarly, like how you can actually let your customers to choose this option, right? So it's very simple. So in this case, I have already created my coconut brownie. All you need to do is actually go to this dashboard over here, go back to your admin panel, go to your dashboard, and then click on the button here, setting. Once you're in the setting, you should be able to see something called the delivery option. Okay, so all you gotta do is left click on it. All right, so to add on a new, like similarly how you want to do it, like let me just show you again the two examples that I'll be using. All right, so there's West Malaysia and East Malaysia. Okay, so let's say if I want to create a delivery option of West Malaysia within Peninsula Malaysia. So and the price is actually 6 ringgit, the delivery is 6 ringgit. So to do similarly, I want to create for my website the same method as well. All I got to do is actually click on the blue button here, add. Okay, so once you're in here, you should be able to see the word delivery type. So what I do is actually just please select here, select custom, and make sure that you tick customer address, so you know that you want to be sending the product to your customer puts in the address, and you can send it to his address. All right. So there will be also the option to specific date, so set a specific time slot. I'll go through with you later in a bit. Let me just go down here first. So here is where you can type in, like this one here, West Malaysia, Peninsula Malaysia. This is where you can type in the name of the shipping method. Okay. You can type it in 3 different languages. So for now, I'm just going to type I'll give you an example. West Malaysia. Just going to type standard delivery fee. All right, so this is how I can type the name. And this is how once you type, it will appear like this. Now, this is also where you can set a description for this particular delivery method. So make sure you turn this on. So let's say I'm going to put a message here. Kindly note that our flat rate delivery fee is RM. Okay, you can type it. So you can type the message here, And also you can perhaps let them know as well, for example, and do note that our delivery fee, our delivery time is between X to amount of days, 3 to 4 days, for example, or X for whichever amount of days. For example, like 3 to 4. Let's just put it 3 to 4 amount of days. All right. So you can let the customer pre-inform them on certain instructions. For example, like here, he also put the example on Japan Express, Post Laju, and so on. So there is an option. Okay. Then over here, and the delivery fee type per order, you should be able to see two options. One is actually flat price, and the other one is order weight. Now, what is the difference between a flat price and order weight? So a flat price is actually where you can set in a flat rate. So remember that I actually put in instructions here, where a flat rate delivery fee is 8 ringgit. So this is where I can do the same as well. And you know what? Actually, let me just type this name. Let's just call it Post Laju. So it's easier for us to do a reference. Post Laju, West Malaysia. Okay. So I'm going to set a flat price. There's also, you can do it by weight, but flat price, I'll show you the demo for flat price first. Weight, I will go through with you later on. I'll explain a little bit further, but let's do a flat price. So remember here that I'm trying to put a flat price of which is 8 ringgit. So this is where you can charge your customers. For example, like this is 6. So this is where I can put in 8 over here for the delivery fee. So I'm going to add the shipping country. Just go to click on type in Malaysia. So if you are selling in Malaysia, you should put Malaysia. Click OK. And then you should be able to see delivery fee. So I'm going to charge 8 ringgit. So that's where I'm going to put in 8 ringgit. Okay. So once I'm done, I'm just going to click on the button add. Okay. Yes, so I've done successfully created my Post Laju West Malaysia delivery method. So my customers can actually see it. All right, so let me just show you an example. So always remember to click view my shop if you want to see how your website looks like. So I'm assuming that I'm actually a customer and I want to buy a brownie. So I want to buy this coconut brownie. I'm going to add to cart. I want to have one medium. I'm going to add to cart. Give me a moment. Oh, sorry. This is another feature I'll show you in a bit later on. Where remember I mentioned about you can sign up as an account with a customer can sign up on a website. Okay, yeah. So here you go. Where I'm about to check out, and you can see here. This is where I have successfully set up my delivery option. Okay, our flat rate delivery is 8 ringgit, and do note our delivery time is between 3 to 4 amount of days. Okay, so this is how a customer will actually have the option to choose. Now, remember earlier on, I was showing you there's actually another method, which is by order weight, by weight, by our quantity of weight. So similarly, we can do that as well. The other method is actually to go back to your admin panel. Now go to settings. Once you're in settings, click on delivery options and click the blue button. Okay, so similarly, the process is the same. All you got to do is actually just click on custom, require customer address. Okay, I'll explain this in a bit. Then, okay, now let's just give another example. I was trying to create West Malaysia and East Malaysia, right? Okay, so East Malaysia. So let's do one for East Malaysia. So you'll be called Post Laju East Malaysia. So now what I meant by weight, so if you go down here, delivery fee type, order weight. So this is where you can actually set the delivery fee according to the weight. So there are cases where, for example, your shipping or logistic partner might charge you in a different price, right? So I'm going to give you an example over here. So this is a very good example. for example, 5 ringgit 30 cents for the first 5 kilos, and then every additional 1 kilo is actually 60 cents. Okay, so how are you able to do that? So our system has already provided with a system that you can actually automate that calculation, but of course you just need to do the settings first. So the first part is, remember here, just type in order weight. Okay, so and select the shipping zone that you want to set. Let's say I'm in Malaysia. Okay, and now over here, if you can see here, there should be something like a small little section where you can put in weight, how many kilos to how many kilos. Now this is where you can add on. So remember that the example I gave was actually 0 to 5 kilos. The first 0 to 5 kilos is actually 530, is the flat rate. So this is where I can set it exactly the same. So if you can see here is 0, right? So here is going to be 5. And then the delivery fee is going to be 530. So every additional kilo is going to be additional 60 cents. Okay, so 5 to 6 kilo, let's say, is going to be 590, and then 6 kilos to 7 kilo is going to be 650, and 7 kilo to 8 kilo is going to be 7 ringgit 10 cents, and 8 kilo to 9 kilo is going to be 770. All right, so you can go on and on and on. So perhaps let's say 9 kilo will be 60 cents, it'd be 830, and then anything onwards could be, it could go on and on. It depends on how much of the quantity the customers buy. So let's say additional 60 cents, it's going to be 890. All right. So this is basically how you can set the delivery fee based on the weight, on a product weight basis, which is 0 to 5, 5 to 6, and every additional kilo. Okay, so that's how you can do it. And that is where, remember, you were creating the Amy's brownie. My medium size was 1 kilo and my large size was 1.5. So this is where it comes in useful. You'll be able to see it. Let me show you the example after this. Now, remember I was talking about the specific date as well and the specific time. Okay, so this is where you can actually select an option. If let's say you turn it on, you can actually allow the customers to choose the date that they want the product to be delivered. Okay, and similarly, it's also the same here, where a specific time slot, you can turn it on. So you can allow customers to choose a time slot that you want, you know, for example, between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., okay, or between 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And they can choose the time they want to receive the product, and this is for the date. Now, of course, it is good that if you are certainly sure that your delivery partner or the logistics partner is able to deliver your products on the actual date itself, confirmed date and a confirmed time slot, then you can actually use this function. If you're not too sure about it, we would suggest you to not allow this function. You can just turn it off. Probably you can just indicate, for example, like in this description here, kindly note that our shipping time is between 3 to 4 days. So you actually set the right expectations for your customers. Okay. And oh yes, so we're also creating the weight option here, so you can also let your customers know in the description. Kindly note that our delivery partners shipping fee is by weight. First 5 kilo is RM 5 ringgit 30 cents, and any additional kilogram is RM 60 cents. Right. So this is just an example I'm going to show you. Right. So once you're done, similarly, just actually click on the add button. So that's how you can create. I've shown you how you can do it by flat price and order weight. Now let me show you how it looks like if you are using by a weight basis. So I'm going to buy my brownie again. For this, I think I'm going to buy, let's say, 6 brownies. So 1 brownie is equivalent to 1 kilo. 1 medium-sized brownie is 1 kilo. So if I'm buying 6, that would be 6 kilos. Okay. So I'm going to click checkout. Now this is where, if you see, so we are using the weight method was by East Malaysia, right? So let's select installation. There you go. So remember that my one medium coconut brownie is 1 kilo. So now I'm buying 6, so that will be actually 6 kilos. So you can see here, the system has already auto-calculated the actual delivery fee. So it will be 5 kilo, which is 530, and then additional 1 more kilo, which is 60 cents. And total is actually 590 for the delivery fee. All right, so that's pretty much how you can set the 2 different types of delivery option for your website and for your customers to look at. Now let's move on to the other topic that I want to talk about. Is actually payment option. So how do you set payment option? Is basically how do you set the method or the way that you want to collect payment from your customers. All right. So just to give you an insight example, it would be something similar to this as well. For example, like over here, when the customer checks out on this particular website, they actually have a few options that they can use. For example, like online bank transfer. They allow their customers to pay using PayPal. They allow their customers to use cash on delivery. So cash on delivery is when the product arrives at the customer's house, then customer pay using cash on the spot to the delivery person. Okay, online banking as well. So online banking will be your FPX. That will be like your Maybank to you, CMB Clicks, Hong Leong Connect, and etc. Then we have credit card, debit card. So you can let your customers to pay via MasterCard or Visa as well, either a debit card or credit card. So there's a few options to actually let your customers pay. However, since this session is actually to let you know about the fundamentals on how you can quickly set your own payment option, I'll be showing you 2 methods, which is actually online banking, which is online bank transfer, and also how you can set up a cash on delivery. Okay. So I'm going to show you the first one. Let me just go back to, all you got to do is go back to your admin panel. Like this is your admin panel. Go back to on the left. If you see here on the left, there should be something called settings. So once you're in setting, there should be something called the payment option. So click on it. So once you click on it, there should be, it should list down the list of payment options that you have available for your customers to pay. However, for this demo, I'm just going to unpublish this first, and I'm going to show you how you can quickly add bank transfer. Okay, so to quickly add is actually click on the blue button here, add. Okay, so the first one is, remember I'm going to do a bank transfer. So I'm going to do a bank transfer. So how does bank transfer work? Bank transfer allows actually your customer to check out from your website, but they would actually need to, you can still allow the customer to check out, but they will still need to pay you using, to transfer, they will still need to transfer to your official bank account. So it's something like, you know, like how your friends, you want to pay your customer, you want to pay your friend the money that you owe him. Like your friend actually paid for dinner and you owe him 50 ringgit. So he will ask you, hey, can you please transfer to my bank account? Yes, so this is how the bank transfer actually works. Okay, so all you gotta do is once you're here, just select bank transfer, then move on to the bottom, and you can also change the name as well in 3 different, the name of the payment option in 3 different languages. So for English, let's say that I want to put it as, I want my customers to pay me to my Maybank account. Okay, all right, so now I've set the bank transfer to be Maybank. So I'm gonna, under here, this is where you can set the payment instruction and let them know, like, you know, hey, please bank into this account. So how you're gonna type this instruction, this is the one that will appear like something like this. So how you're gonna do it is actually just type it. So you can maybe type bank account, bank name, which is Maybank Berhad, and then bank account name. It should be my name. So let's say my name is Melvin. Sorry, let's use Amy Brownies. Yes, since I'm using Amy Brownies. Amy Brownies and bank Berhad. Okay, then bank account number, we can put in the bank account number, which is 1154, yada yada yada, etc. etc. Okay, and you can put a note here as well. We will advise you to put a note. So it says that, for example, upon checkout, kindly make full payment transfer to the following account. And please send us the payment slip or receipt to our WhatsApp number. So yada yada yada. Okay, so this is how you can add a payment instruction. So when customer actually, when they are about to check out from their product, once they select online bank transfer, then they will know, okay, this is the account that I need to transfer, and etc. So this is how you can set it over here. Okay, so make sure you choose to display this instruction on the checkout page. Otherwise, customers will not be able to see it. So yeah, now once that's done, just pretty much click on the button, add, the blue button over here, click on add. And now let's go back to Amy's brownies. Okay, so assuming that I'm about to check out again. There you go. So it should reflect over here when customers can actually see bank transfer, Maybank, the details, and etc. and where to make the payment to. All right, so that's how you are able to set bank transfer from Maybank. The other option that I want to talk about is cash on delivery, or we call it COD. So cash on delivery is also similar, like how you created this bank transfer. All you got to do is actually go to settings and payment option. Then you can actually click on the button here, add. So once you click on the blue button, you can select an option, which is cash on delivery. All right. So cash on delivery is also similar. So you can type in instructions that you want. For example, like kindly please make the full payment to our delivery partner, Post Laju, upon receiving the product. All right, and you can select the instructions here. Now, before I add this, just a quick reminder: cash on delivery is a good option that you can give your customers if you intend to collect cash on behalf. However, sometimes you always have to make sure that your delivery partner, for example, like this delivery partner, is able to actually fulfill that, because they are the one who actually does the shipping for you, and they are the one who also on the spot will be collecting the cash. So you always have to make sure that the delivery partner is able to do cash on delivery. All right. So I'll just always make sure that if you can actually, your delivery partner is able to do that, then of course feel free to go ahead and use cash on delivery. All right. So yes, so once that is done, now assuming that I'm buying my product, my brownie here, my 6 brownies again, now I should be able to see 2 options here now. So there's bank transfer, Maybank, or I can choose to use cash on delivery. All right. So that's how you can actually set a payment method for your customers. All right. So the next thing that I want to mention as well, we have set the most fundamental 2 of it, which is cash on delivery and also online bank transfer. Now, if you're actually interested to let your customers to pay online banking through FPX, like Maybank.to, CIB Clicks, or even credit card, debit card, which is true. We do have such functions. We actually work closely with Stripe, Razer, and also PayPal at the moment. And if you're interested, feel free to reach out to us on the WhatsApp group that we have created for you. Just let us know that you're interested to use cash on delivery, credit card, debit card, or online banking FPX. Just write it on the WhatsApp group here, and we will actually get back to you on it. Our team will let you know, give you the guide on how you can actually do it by your own. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much how you can set for payment methods. Now, let's move on to the next topic, which is topic number 6 under order management. So what do you do when a customer visits your website and buys something? Now that we have already completely set up a payment option, we have already given our customers the ability to select the shipping method that they want, and also to look at my coconut brownie and buy my coconut brownie. So now, assuming that actually I've done everything that is necessary to kickstart the most fundamental part to let my customers purchase my products. So how can I, when a customer places an order, how does it happen, how am I going to manage it? How do I know? All right. So the first step is when a customer actually places an order. Now let me just do a quick test. Now, assuming a customer is buying your product, I'm just going to run through with you a quick one. So imagine that I'm buying this coconut brownie. I will buy 5 of it. Okay, and I'm staying in West Malaysia, so I'm going to choose West Malaysia, and I want to transfer amount to the Maybank account. All right, so I'm going to proceed to checkout. This is how a customer journey will look like. Yeah, just to let you know. So I can fill in my information, customer info. I'm going to type in my information. All right, so I'm going to type in my shipping address. Okay, so when the customer places an order, they will click on this green button here, place order. All right. Now, so this is what the customer will see on their end. They'll be able to see the product that they purchase, which delivery method they choose, which payment they have to pay, and so on. So these customers will receive this order notification. Similarly, on your site as well as a merchant, you'll be able to receive it. So this is a very good example I'll show you. So there you go. So you'll be able to receive order notification to your email that says, "Hi, you have a new order, and the order status and from who." And at the bottom here, you're able to see the details. For example, like when did the customer order, which order number is this, and customer name, customer phone number, which payment method, and which delivery address that the customer is in. Okay, so this and which product the customer actually purchased, total amount, and etc. So this is where every time a customer places an order, you receive an email like this with a notification. Now, however, if this is a good way for you to track on a daily basis. So if you really want to go into details and see where this information is recorded, all you got to do is actually go back to your admin panel over here. And if you see on the left here, there should be something called under order management. All right. So click on order management, click on orders. Once you click on orders, you should be able to see the order that the customer has, the list of orders the customer has already placed. So just for a test, I've already placed this order. Remember, customer has just purchased this order. So you can check the order number. Like this is 4 last digit 6683. So yes, so it will be reflected over here as well, 6683. Okay, so this is the exact same order. So if I want to check the details of it, all I got to do is actually just click on this order number, left click on it, and it will bring you to the page where you'll be able to see all the information that the customer has for the particular order, and also the details of the customer itself. So, for example, like order details is under here. You can see order number, which we have already auto-generate for you. You can also see the product details. So what are the products that the customer actually purchased, and how much does it cost? And you can also see the customer details, the name of the customer, the email, the phone number, and etc. Payment details as well. So you'll be able to see which method that the customer used to pay. Maybank, customer choose to use Maybank to transfer to you, and so on. Then under delivery details, which method that the customer choose for delivery, and where is the customer staying, and so on, and how much did he pay for delivery fee. Okay, so this is where you'll be able to obtain all these full information of your customers. Now, we also have given you the convenience as well to actually reply to your customers. If you can see here, there's something called comment. This is where you can actually reply to the customer. So you can, for example, you can type, "Hello, thank you for purchasing the 5 coconut brownie." So this is where you can type a message, and you can actually press the button send. So once you click on the send button, you will send an email back to the customer with this following message that you just typed in. All right. So we also have make it convenient for you as well. On the top, if you can see here something called order invoice. So this is where when we will auto create an invoice for you that details all the information. It's something like an official invoice or official receipt to your customer, where you can actually, when you ship your products to your customers, you can actually print this out and put it into the parcel and send it to the customers. Because remember sometimes you always go shopping online. Maybe you buy something from one of those few marketplaces in Malaysia, and then you receive the parcel, open up, you see an invoice, right? Yeah. So this is the one that we actually automatically has already created for you. So you don't need to manually use Microsoft Word to type it yourself. You can actually just use this. We also help you with the packing slip. So you can actually click on the button here, packing slip. and it will auto print out a packing slip for you, and you can actually use this to be on top of the parcel that you're about to send out using your delivery partner. Okay, so that's pretty much how you can manage your orders. All right, there's a few things here as well that I want to mention. So you can see here actually order status, confirmed, completed. This is also, or even payment details and delivery details. This is where you can yourself manually, you can actually track, set the status over here to let you know that this product is actually at currently which status. So for example, like let's say payment details, customer choose to use this method to pay you, but then they have you, and you check your bank account in Maybank, so Amy Brownie Sandhya, and actually, my customer already paid me. So this is where you can actually click on this and you can tick yes, paid already. All right, yeah, so it will be changed to paid. So this is the place where you can keep track on all these statuses. Similarly for delivery details, you can also update. Let's say customer has already, you just arranged a shipping, and is currently on its way to the customer. You can actually put word shipping. Then you can put it shipping, so it's currently as shipping as status. So you on this admin panel, you know that which is the status of that particular order is happening right now. So if a customer has already, for example, already collected the parcel, successfully tell you that, hey, I already received my parcel, thank you so much. You can actually record it, for example, like collected, and so on. All right, so this is where you can manage the orders. Okay, so now we have done pretty much know the fundamentals of how you can do order management. The last topic that I actually, it's a very important topic as well, and I want to talk about is actually promotions and free shipping. Now, why do I include this topic? It's actually a bonus for you, is because actually promotion and free shippings are several ways that you can actually attract your customers and keep them coming back to you all the time, and keeping their attention span. So some of you always ask, like, how can I create a promotion or free shipping for my customers? So similarly, using your admin panel, all you got to do is look at the left part here. There should be something called promotions and rewards. Once all you got to do is actually click on it, and you should be able to see two types. One is either promotions and campaigns. The other one is free shipping. So I'm going to go through the first one first. Let's go through promotion and the campaign. Let's click on it. Now, just to give you an example of an idea on how what kind of promotion that you want to set. So, for example, like this is an example, one of our merchants promotion. There is a 50% off. Okay. So let's assuming that you want to give all your customers, because you are very happy, somehow you're very happy this month. Okay, so I'm going to give everyone 50% off. Anyone who purchase anything above, let's say 100 ringgit, I'll give them a 50% off. So how can I do this particular promotion? All right, so it's very simple. All you got to do is once you have clicked on promotion and reward, promotion and campaign, there's a blue button here called add. So you just click on the blue button, which is called add. Now, all right, so this is where you can type the name of the promotion, for example, in 3 different languages: English, Mandarin, and Bahasa Malaysia. So remember, I was giving you an example of 50% off. So I'm very happy. I want to give every customer 50% off for August. Let's say I'm just going to put 50% discount for August 2020, right? Now, of course, I want to set a limit. So if you should buy more than 100 ringgit. Yeah. Okay. So this is a very good simple example. So the next part is actually you want to set a purchase condition. So a purchase condition is where you want to set, for example, like if you want to buy more than, you need to buy more than 100 ringgit in order to get 50% off total discount off your bill, right? So this is where you can select, for example, like total customer order over a minimum amount or a minimum item. So in this case, the example that I'm giving is actually 100 ringgit, so it should be a minimum amount. You must buy at least 100 ringgit in order to get this discount. Or you can actually set as a minimum item as well. Like for example, you will buy more than 5 items and then you can get 50% off. Okay, so for this example, I'll show you a minimum amount first. Okay, so now once you have selected minimum amount, then you can move to set benefit type. So this is where you can actually type set, whether is it a discount in percentage, or it could be in the flat rate amount or discount amount, and etc. Okay, does it apply to all products, or is it only selected products, or it can be selected categories? So for a simple example, I'm going to put a percentage, which is 50%, and it applies to all products. As long as you buy above 100 ringgit, you get 50%. So now I've done it. This is where number 3, set events and condition. And how much is the discount amount that I will set is a percentage. So I'm going to put 50% over 100 ringgit. Okay. Now, once you have done that, all you got to do is click on continue to set target group. And you'll be able to select you want it to give it to all your customers, or if you want to only select it to give to your members only. Okay. So let's assuming for this example, I'm going to give it to all my customers. Continue to set benefits and criteria. All right. So under here, you can actually see something called a coupon code. So a coupon code is basically like a promo code. Like if you have a specific promo code that you want to give to a certain group of customers, loyal customers, for example, that have already bought from you, you want to create a promo code, you can do that. Or you can also choose to not give a promo code, but automatically when the customer actually purchase above 100 ringgit, they get a 50% discount. All right. So just to give you a quick example, let's say if I'm going to give August 50. So August 50 is I'm only want to give it to a specific customer who have bought from me before. So this is where you can type in the coupon code. You can come up with the name of the promo code or the coupon code, and then you can share with your customer. So a customer would usually, when let's say they purchase a product, they are buying, let's assuming that I'm buying a brownie again. Just to give you an example of where the customer places the promo code. So customer checks out, and this is where he selected the delivery method, payment method, and you'll be able to see there's something called apply a promo code, coupon code, sorry. And this is where customers can actually put in the coupon code and click on apply, and then this particular discount will be in effect, and customers will receive the discount. Okay. So let's say if you don't want it to be a coupon code, like I mentioned, you can also choose auto apply promotion, and then this will be turned off, and it will be a automatically or automated way to give customers automatically the discount. All right. So you can also set the promotion limitation. You can select the start time that you want. So assuming that I want it to be in August, so I want it to start in August, and which date, you can also set the time of the promotion when to start, and on which day, which end date. Let's say it's only up to 31st of August, and so on. Or if you don't have an expiry date, you can always choose to be never expire. Okay. So I'm just going to put 31st of August. All right. And click how many times this promotion can be used. So this is basically the number of times this promotion can be utilized by customers, how many times. So let's say you only put up to 30 times. So this promotion, only 30 customers that actually visits your website during that particular start time and end time, or if you don't have a time frame, only 30 customers can use this promotion. All right. Now, let's say if you don't have a specific time limitation or redemptions that you want to give to your customer, you can always select unlimited. So any customer who comes to your website, purchase more than 100 ringgit, they'll get 50% off. Okay. Now, for this example, I'm just going to show you how it's going to look like in a bit. So I'm going to switch it back to July. And this is where you can set which particular payment option that you want to give this promotion to. So you only, for example, if you only want to give your customers, you don't want to give this discount to customers who bank transfer to you, you can untick cash on delivery, and you can only allow customers who choose this method to get the promotion. All right. Similarly for delivery option, let's say if you only want customers in East Malaysia, Sabah, Sarawak to receive this promotion, but not customers in Klang Valley or KL, so you can turn off West Malaysia and only allow to give it to customers in East Malaysia. So these are several options that you can choose from. All right, so once it's done, just make sure you check it again, review everything to make sure it's fine. Once it is okay, just click confirm and publish the discount. All right, so yes, I have successfully created this discount. All right, let's see. Now let's see. Okay, so remember that I was a customer. I'm buying a coconut brownie. So one medium brownie is 20 ringgit. Let's say I'm changing it to, I'm buying 5. So that should be 120 ringgit. Yeah, so remember that I only want to give it to my East Malaysia customers and also the West. So East Malaysia, so for example, see. So now that I have already bought more than 100 ringgit, automatically it gives me a discount of 50%. Yeah, because I already set the promotion over here. Okay, so that's how you can set promotion in a percentage format. Okay, let's say let's say another method that I want to show you an example is if I want to create something like this, like you need to buy a minimum item of 2, then you get a discount, right? Or you can buy a minimum of 4 for 10%, or minimum of 5, then you get 15%. So this is also a very good strategy as well, to actually let your customers to purchase something like a mini bulk buy, so that they actually buy more, and then you give them a certain small amount of discount. All right. So on our platform as well, for under promotion and reward and promotion campaigns, you can also do the same. So all you gotta do is just click on the add blue button. Now, remember earlier on, I was using a minimum amount. Now I'm going to show you how a minimum item works. So let's say I'm going to give, let's say I'm going to set as buy 2 for 5% discount. So it's only for coconut brownie. 2 for 5% discount. You buy 4 for 10% discount, and then you have 5 for 15% discount. Okay. Let me just put it nicer. Buy 2 and get 5% discount. Buy 4 and get 10% discount. Buy 5 and get 50% discount. Right? So it's only for my coconut brownie. Remember that. So let's say I'm going to set this, so it will be a total selected product. So instead of so you're under your purchase condition, instead of no condition or total orders over, it will be only for my coconut brownie. So I'm going to click on this button here, selected products over minimum. It will not be a minimum item because actually amount. It will actually be a minimum item because the customers need to buy 2 and then only they can get a 5% discount. So you got to do is just select minimum item. Now moving on to set benefit type. It's a discount, right? So it's a percentage discount of 5% or 10%. So it's going to be a discount. And it applies to only selected products. So let's say I have 3 different types, which is buy 2, get 5, 4, get 10, 5, get 15%. So over here, set condition, events and conditions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add benefits and condition tiers. Just click on this blue button here. 1, 2. Okay. So the first one is 2. Buy 2 and you get 5%. So I'm going to put in 2, 5%, sorry, and then over 2 items. And the next one is 10% over 4 items. And the other one is 15% over 5 items. Okay, so once I've done this, move on to the next. Remember, I'm only giving it to my coconut brownie. So I'm going to do here is click on the search button, select product eligible for promotion. Yes, so I'm going to, there you go. That's my coconut brownie. I'm going to select it, confirm. All right. And then continue to set target group. Okay, so I'm going to give it to all my customers. And I'm going to set it as auto apply. I'm not going to give anyone, I'm not going to use the promo code method. I'm going to use auto apply. No time, no expiry, limited times customer can use. Okay, valid payment and delivery option. I'm going to just enable it for all payment option and all delivery options. Okay, just review it one more last time. And then you can confirm and publish the discount promotion. Okay, so let me just show you now. Let's say, so I remember that I was buying 6. So let's say I'm buying 6 now. So I'm going to buy 6 coconut brownie. There you go. So because I'm actually buying more than 5, so actually I receive a 15% discount. Okay, so you auto calculate for me. So this is how you can do for buy a minimum item and you get certain discounts and so on. The earlier one that I showed you was the 50% one was actually for based on the minimum amount that you need to buy more than 100 ringgit, then you get 50%. The other one is actually based on the minimum item. So you buy two, you get how many discount. Okay, so that's pretty much how you can set a promotion for your products. Okay, it's a great way to actually encourage your customers, to come and visit your website and repurchase products from you again. So always try to come up with creative promotions to be set for your customers. All right, so the next part that I'm going to talk about is actually free shipping. So how do you create free shipping? So how do you give customers a free shipping? So free shipping is also a very good method as well. So I'm going to show you how you can quickly do it. So now that we have already set this, all you got to do is go back to your admin panel and you should be able to see promotions and reward and go back to promotions and campaign, click on it. No, sorry, go to free shipping. You should be able to see a button here, free shipping. My mistake, sorry, it was free shipping. All right, so all you got to do is actually add, let me show you how a free shipping looks like, just to give you an idea. So let's say if I'm using this free shipping, right? So this is an example, like, get free shipping when orders is above 100 ringgit. So similarly, if you customer that purchase 100 ringgit above, they get a free shipping. Okay, so you want to give a customer over 100 ringgit. So all you got to do is similarly just click on the blue button add when you are in free shipping. Click on the blue button add. All right, so then remember I'm trying to do this example, like get free shipping with orders above 100 ringgit, so I can type it as well. So buy above 100 ringgit and receive free shipping. Or you can put it, free shipping. Shipping if you spend more than 100 ringgit. Yeah. It's just a name of an example of the promotion. All right. So remember that this is also a minimum amount. So you need to spend more than 100 ringgit first in order to receive the free shipping. So all you gotta do is go to the purchase condition. Remember there is total order over. So just click on this and how much is it? Minimum amount. So if it's a minimum amount, just put in it's 100 ringgit. So you just under point number 3, set event condition, put 100. And click on continue to set target group. Then you can select to apply to all customers or members. Click on continue to set benefits and criteria. I'm going to put it as auto apply. Or you can also create a promo code as well if you want. So I'm going to no time limitation, how many times can be used. No, I'm going to set it as default. Now, once I'm done, I'm going to click on preview the discount promotion. Okay, so check again if everything is okay. Once it's okay, just click on the button here, confirm, and then you will publish this promotion. All right, so now that I've set free shipping if you spend more than 100 ringgit, let's give it a go. Remember I was at Amy's Brownies, so let's say I decided to buy 10. So there you go. So I will also have the free shipping if you spend more than 100 ringgit. All right, so your delivery fee will be actually waived. Okay. Oh, actually, hold on, because actually I think I need to get more of this. So let's see. Okay. There you go. So once actually, because we already received a discount, so the total bill must be over this particular amount of 100 ringgit. Then the customer will actually receive the delivery fee of 0. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much how you can set the delivery, free shipping for your product. And that's how you can do it, like similar to this one here. Okay, just to give you an idea. All right, so now that's pretty much how you can do it. We have come to the end of my demonstration for you for this session. Now, I have a couple of questions that my colleagues and also people, audience who have been asking me all the time when I do training. My clients or my merchants have been asking me as well. So let me just give you a couple of Q&A questions, frequently asked questions that I have that I prepared here and I've collected over the past few days and over the time when I'm actually teaching people. So the first question is, can I edit on my mobile phone? Yes, you can actually edit on your mobile phone. There are certain things, for example, like order management, or if you want to check what the product picture is that you have set, you can use your mobile phone to edit, for sure. But of course, if you really want to do like heavy amendments, like for example, like you want to add a new product, you want to, type in the name, change the quantity, upload photos, and so on. We would advise you to use a desktop because it will be much more convenient and more user friendly for you to use that. But of course, if you want to use a mobile phone to check orders and so on, you can definitely do it. Okay. Now, the reason why we advise that you can use your computer to actually upload the products is because each person has a different mobile phone interface, right? So at times, if you're not so familiar with it, you might find it a bit challenging. But if you're using a Windows computer, for example, or a MacBook, you're already so familiar to the interface, so it's much more easier. Okay, so yeah, so that's my answer for it. Number two, once I've created a product, how can I edit the details? Very simple. So remember that I've already created the coconut brownie for my product. So let's say, let me just quickly just check, remove my cards first. Okay. Now let's say if this is my coconut brownie, and maybe I want to change the name. I want to change the name of the coconut brownie to Amy's number one coconut brownie. So how can I do that? Very easy. All you gotta do is go back to your admin panel, go back to the products and categories. You should be able to see products. Once you're at products, all you gotta do is there's always a button here that says edit. Okay, so once you click on the button edit, that is where you can actually change the information, or you want to update the price, or you want to change the categories, or upload the new photos, for example. This is where you can change. Okay, so remember I was trying to change my coconut brownie to Amy's let's say Amy's best coconut brownie. Oh no, sorry. Amy's number one coconut brownie. Okay, so this is where I changed the name. So once you're done changing the name, for example, all you're gonna do is click on the blue button, update. Once you click on update, it should reflect on your website as well. Now let's see. So there you go. So that's how I have already changed the name for my product. All right. So I hope that answers the question. How can I edit the details? Now, third question: can I add one more extra variation to my product? For example, my brownie has two different sizes, and with or without candy toppings. So yes, I have two sizes, which is medium and large. Now I want to know if I can create another variation that has one with candy toppings or without candy toppings. Yep, you can do that. Actually, it's very simple as well. Just go back to products and categories under products. Now, remember, it's actually for my coconut brownie here. So all I'm going to do is click on edit again. So once I'm in edit, just go to variations. Now, remember, I already set for size. So the question was, can I have two different sizes? Yes, correct. Medium and large. Now, remember that he said also with or without candy topping. So let's say if I want to give the option of with or without candy topping. So inside here, under variation, all you got to do is actually click on the button, add variation. Okay, so if you can see, there's color, there's size. So I already have the size, and my variation option is not color, it's actually topping or with topping or without topping. So I got to do is click on the button custom. All right, so once you click on button custom, you can type in the name of the variation itself. So let's say I'm going to put in topping. Right. So under the options that I want to give customer is actually with any toppings. Okay, toppings. Right, so that's how you can do a second variation for your product. Now note that we can currently at the moment we only can have two variations, so it's either one, then first one, or the second one. But then of course options, you can have multiple options for each variation. All right, just to let you know. All right, so now let's say of course I've already created this. The price will be a bit different because with candy toppings is probably a little bit more expensive. Let's say it's with candy toppings additional 2 ringgit. Okay, so that's my medium size. I'll put the picture first for my medium size brownie and my large size. All right, so the price of with candy toppings, let's say, is no longer 20, it'll be 22. No sales price, no costs. This is medium, it's MC. How many do I have? And make it more realistic. It's 1.2 kilos. Actually, 1.1. Candy toppings is the usual 20 ringgit, and I'm just gonna put 20. One, and for large, with candy topping, is no longer 25. It's going to be 27 because candy topping is 2 ringgit. So I'm just gonna put L and so 20. No longer be 0.5. It'd be 1.6. Yeah, this is the usual large, so 25. There you go. So that's pretty much how you can set the settings if you have one more additional second abbreviation. So all I gotta do is remember to always click update once you're done. All right, so let's have a look. So there you go. That's how you set for medium, large, and with or without candy topping. All right, and the prices will automatically change as well. So yes, I hope that answers the question. How do you do a second variation? Now, question number 4. I've created my product, but how come I don't see it on my website? Okay, so remember that, for example, like sometimes when you browse through your website, for example, right, when you change certain things on your, or even when you change certain things on your admin panel, like for example, now I've set my name to Amy's #1 coconut brownie, right? Let's say if I want to change it back to coconut brownie, so I'm gonna edit. Just giving you an example, yeah. So I'm gonna change it back to coconut brownie instead of Amy's #1. Click on update. Okay, so I've changed. It says yes, change is safe. But then how come my website is still the same? You know, like why is it not updated? It's still written here as Amy's #1. All right. So very simple. It's not nothing. It's not a big headache. All you got to do is actually always when you update something, advice is to refresh your browser. So all you got to do is actually go up to the top here if you're using Google Chrome and just reload this page. Just click on this. And there you go. It should change. So always remember, whenever you update something on your admin panel, if you want to quickly see how your website at the moment of time when after you're editing, just click on View My Shop, and it should show you how the most updated website of yours at the moment of time. Or you can always, if you already have an open website in place or a tab, all you gotta do is just click on refresh, and it should show you the latest view of your website. All right, very simple, straightforward. That's how you do it. All right, so the next question is customer pays using bank transfer. How can I make sure that they pay me? All right, so for this question, I think I've already showed you earlier on. Very simple. All you gotta do is, since that customer has already made a bank transfer, you want to make sure that they pay you. All you got to do is actually, you already have the details. So all you got to do is go into order management, go back to here, remember, order management, and then orders. And once you see the order that you want, this is the customer order. Yep, so all you got to do is, if you realize that the customer hasn't actually bank transferred to you, you have their details, which is their name, their phone number, and also their email address. All you got to do is actually just feel free to always reach out to them, or you can even use the comment function to send an email to them, or you can always WhatsApp or reach out to them regardless of whichever way that you feel comfortable reaching out to your customers. All right, so that's how you can actually do that, to reach out to them to make the bank transfer. Now, if they already said yes, oh yes, I already transferred to you, you want to update it, it's actually here, and just change the status to paid. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much how you can reach out to your customers. Now, if, as I've mentioned earlier on, if you want to let your customers you pay using credit card or debit card automatically, so upon checkout, when the customer actually check out over here in your website, you want to use credit card, debit card, or even on FPX like Maybank.to and so on, to avoid the hassle of actually chasing them for bank transfer, feel free to let us know on the WhatsApp group, and we will be able to guide you on how you can do it. This one. Okay, just let us know on the WhatsApp group that we created for you. All right. All right, the next question, question number 6. If let's say customers has already received my product, where should I record the customer order has been successfully shipped out or completed? All right, so that's the same that I've mentioned earlier. Order management, under orders, go to order itself, and the customer has already received the item. So inside the delivery details at the bottom here, that's where you can update as collected. Change the status collected. So this is how you can track and manually update the status for your shipping. Okay. All right. So that's question number 6. Question number 7. You've mentioned people can sign up as a member. How does a customer sign up as a member of my website, and is it compulsory? Yes, it is not compulsory. So to answer this part of the question first, it is not compulsory that you must always have your customer to buy your product. You must always need them to sign up first. They can also sign in as a guest. For example, you don't need them to have members. Now, let's say how does customer sign up as a member? So all customers have to do is actually once the customer actually signs in, I'm just gonna log out from my account because I actually signed in. So I'm gonna log out first. So as a customer's point of view, usually when a customer visits your website, there should be a button here. That's a human head. All you gotta do is the customer will usually click in, and they will be able to sign up. There should be a sign up button over here. All right. So this is where they can actually put in their name, for example, their email address, their password, and agree to sign the shop, and any updates and promotion, and so on. Then you can click. Customer can click sign me up. All right. So once they sign up, and they will automatically become a member of your website. All right. So is this compulsory? Not necessary. I'll show you in a bit why I mean by it's not necessary. But it depends. If you really want your customers, I would suggest is if you really want your customers, you want to keep track of their loyalty program, or you want to make sure that you want to send them notification promotion details because you have the email. You can send them, oh hey, hello, we have August promotion going on, and so on, using an email newsletter. We will of course suggest you to have your customer details, customer sign up on your website. Okay. Let's say the other question was, okay, so how can I see where my members, for those who already signed up, my details are? Now, very simple. So remember, I show you how your customer signs up. So once a customer has signed up, you should be able to look at it go back to your admin panel. It should be under customer management. So over here, and once you click on this, you should be able to see something called customers. And that is where you'll be able to see. Yeah, there you go. So this is where you're able to see the details of the customer. Okay, the name, the email, and how much the customer has to completely spend, when it's the last time they log in, and so on. Okay. And the next question, can I make it compulsory that customer who wants to buy my product must be members on my website? Yes, of course. So remember this case where, let's say here, let's say if I want to buy a brownie. So I've already logged out, right? This is an example that I was doing. So I already logged out. I want to buy this coconut brownie. Just want to buy one medium with candy topping. That's a cart. Check out. See, it will prompt you to actually sign in. So you can actually, if you really want to make it compulsory, you can actually make it compulsory for customers' requirement to actually sign up and to be a member first before they can actually check out and make the final order. All right. So to make it compulsory, now since that this Amy Brownie is already compulsory, this is an example. To actually activate this function or deactivate the compulsory function, all you got to do is actually go back to your admin panel here. Now you go back to settings. Once you're in settings, you should be able to see order settings. So once you click on order settings, there you go. There should be 2 things here. Require customers to log in to view their orders. If you turn this on, it actually means that the customers, once they have already placed an order, they have to log in to actually see what order they are, what the orders they actually placed the order. All right. Now the key one is if you want to activate this function, is actually under here. Account is required for checkout. So this is where a guest, if you turn this on, like for example, I turn it on, a guest must actually create an account or log in order to actually make the final checkout. Okay, let's say if I want to show you an example, let's say I'm going to turn it off. So I'm going to turn it off, and then let's say it should try it. Let's give it a go again. Oh, sorry. Hold on a second. Just see again. Okay, oh yes, so this has to be turned off. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Yes, okay. So it's here. So once you actually turn this off, you should be able to actually click on update. Once you click on update, then you actually turn it off. So customers don't really need to, actually sign in to actually buy your product. Now let me just go through a sample again because I've just updated it. Sorry for the mistake early on. There you go. So you don't have to actually sign in or log in to actually buy the product. So a visiting guest can actually just check in, just check out and actually buy the product. All right. Sorry for the mistake. So that is where this is the function under setting, order setting, and account is required to check out. So make sure you turn it off if you don't want this function, and then click on update. All right. So that's pretty much how you can do it. Now let's move on to the next question. What promotion works best and what customers like? Okay, so in terms of promotion, what actually works best is actually, for example, the ones that we have done, free shipping. So free shipping, if you look at the market behavior in Southeast Asia or in Malaysia, so we look at the marketplaces, the common ones that you know, free shipping tends to work pretty okay. If you're able to actually give free shipping for your customers, with a minimum spend of $50 or $100, you can always test and trial and see if it works for your customers or not. So yes, we would say you can actually try it and see if free shipping will work. Then if you look at promotions, sometimes if you actually, for example, like buy certain items and then you get a particular discount, this could also work as well, because this is also a way to encourage customers to purchase, to add to basket a little bit more of the items and to buy more from you. At the same time, you give them certain discount percentage. So this would also work for certain customers. And of course, the general advice is that you always trial and error, test and trial first before you actually run it, so you know what works best and what customers like. So these are just some examples that I'm giving out right here. Now, when I want to set promotion, next question, can I select specific products to be given a percentage discount? For example, only the 3 products that I want to give the discount? Yes, you can. So for example, the only 3 products, I'm going to show you again, promotion and reward. So I'm going to add a new one. So let's say, so the question was only 3 products that I want to give. So let's say I'm giving 20% off for my cakes. Let's say 20% for my cake products. Right. So remember, early on I had a orange and a blueberry cake. So you can. So all you gotta do is actually select, instead of total order over, which is like in general all orders, the entire order, you can select the products that you want. So let's say 20% discount. Let's say 20% discount for cakes. Buy more than 2 cakes. Right. So this is an example. So let's say I'm going to give 20% over 2 cakes. If they buy 2 cakes. and I only can select the products. So blueberry and orange cake. So yeah, that's pretty much how you can select a specific product that you want to set for this particular discount. Always make sure that you select products here. This is the function where you can type it. All right. So if it's for another key tip as well, if you only want to give it to selected categories, you can also do that. So remember over here, so as you see under purchase condition, there's something called selected categories over. So let's say if I want to give it to 20% off for brownies if you buy more than 3 brownies. It will apply to all brownies that I have on my website. So 3 brownies. So I'm going to change this here. And then that automatically you will come out like a list where you can actually select the categories. For example, like brownies. So once you click on brownies, it will select all the brownie products. And this particular promotion will apply to all the brownie category products. Any brownie that's actually fall under brownies in my website, like this ones. So these are all my brownie products. So if you buy more than 3, you get 20%. So that's another tip on how you can actually set a purchase condition only for categories as well. All right, so the next last question. Sorry, I'm a little slow in following. Will I be able to watch this again? Yes, we understand that, because at the time when you're actually watching this, you're watching this webinar with us now. Sometimes you might want to follow step by step, right? So don't worry, as I mentioned earlier on in the reminder, we will actually upload this on YouTube, so you can always follow us and rewatch the video again. So don't worry about it. Okay, so the last question: if I have a technical problem, is there someone I can talk to? Yes, we do. So actually, if you go to your admin panel, what is great about SHOPLINE is actually we do have a live chat function that you can talk to our colleagues in our customer service team. Okay, so if you have any feature or technical questions that you would like to inquire or ask about while you're amending stuff, or in general any questions, you can always click on this blue button over here on the bottom right, the most bottom right. All you can do is actually click on it, and you'll be able to actually start a conversation with our colleagues here, like send us a message, and this would actually direct you to one of our colleagues who will actually reach out from customer service, who will be able to reply to your question. All right, you can also attach like a screenshot as well if you want. Like if you have a question, a picture that you want to send, you can also send it to them. Okay, so that's pretty much how we can talk to them. Yeah, so that's all we have for today. We have officially come to the end of the fundamentals of managing your SHOPLINE website. I hope this webinar is useful, and you'll be able to use this as a guide to easily use the most basic function. And you'll be able to manage it on your own in a better way. Now, feel free to reach us out through the live chat if you have any questions. We'd be more than happy to help you out. Likewise, happy managing your website and also amending the contents, and looking forward to see great websites coming out from you. And we have officially come to the end, but I will still be in the chat box for another additional 5 minutes. So should you have any further questions to ask, just feel free to reach out in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to reply to you. Okay, or feel free to watch our recap later on. Thank you. Have a good day.